Good afternoon and welcome to another Behind the Screens Friday. I am your Dungeon Master, Logan.
And I'm your Dungeon Master, Brandon.
Wait, two Dungeon Masters?
Two.
Bing!
Hey guys.
Today we're going to be talking about how to run a session fully on improvising. You have no prep going into the session. You forgot today was Friday. And 7 o'clock hit so much quicker than you anticipated. You're walking into the door. The players are already in there waiting for you. And you have not a lick written down except for one sentence.
Help.
Knock twice.
Oh. That is a good one.
That's a callback from a way long game that I walked into my session with absolutely no prep, but knock twice. To this day, I have no idea what it means.
But we've all been there. You've been there. You've been there. I've been there. The work week gets away from you. All of a sudden, you didn't even get it. You were going to plan. You were going to prep. You fell asleep. Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
You did it. So, our very first step, the thing that we think that you should do is you fall back on the foundation of where you last let off and what direction was the game moving to. You know the constant. So the last time you played, where did that game end, and what steps was the party getting ready to do? So just you simplify it. Go back to that.
That's a pro tip as well. If you're the DM and you have no idea where the characters are going next session, before you guys leave that table, before you all head home, just ask, hey, there's a lot of different directions that we can go from here. What are you guys interested in? Where are your next steps? And then when they tell you, jot them down. That way you're prepared for that next session. It's the easiest way. Instead of just coming in with a full open sandbox and you happen to have a litany of things prepared. You don't know what direction they're going to be going. So you're going to have to be improvising it. But if you can get an inkling from last time, that's even better.
Yeah.
A little bit less improv.
We've both definitely done that.
Yeah.
Pull that move. And it does make
All
a
the time.
difference.
Yeah.
It just helps get your mind in the right track.
Yeah.
So if you know where the party finished the last game and the steps that they're moving, the next step would be identifying who the key player characters are in this moment, and or what key NPCs you have.
Absolutely.
Who do you need to have ready in the chamber?
Yep. Who is, first off, in the scene
Yes.
to begin with that you left off on, that you're now picking up on? Who is in that very next scene? Or who's waiting off in the wings? Do you need a goofy voice, or have you already given them a voice and you have to remind yourself who the voice is? That way you don't mix them up for the players. That's pretty pedantic, but sometimes it does matter. Who of the player characters themselves, who is the main driving factor of that story right there?
Right.
How does their background and their motives play into the next few steps? Because hopefully you know those things.
Right.
You sure hopefully know their background and the direction that they themselves would take that story.
Yep.
That gives you the direction of where we're improving towards. It gives you at least the first couple of steps.
Correct. Which, the first couple steps could be the first hour or 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
And that really helped you lay the foundation. So you were able to fall back on what you knew.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to necessarily improv anything yet. You just had to get comfortable and trust yourself that you already had all the knowledge from the last session, and you have the knowledge of the players around your table, hopefully. And so you know their the motivation of what's in that situation to get you ready.
Yeah. So then right after that, after you're ready, your next step is going, how does everything prior affect where we're going?
Big picture.
Yeah, exactly. We're sitting here, we need to get to there, or that's the direction we're heading, so we're looking at the big picture. How does last session fit into the big picture? How do you want this session to fit into the big picture?
Yes.
And it's an easy snowball from there.
Yeah, and most generally, I think most DMs, you probably thought about it at some point even.
Oh yeah.
You have times where you prep so much that you end up prepping enough in 1 week for the next 4 sessions because the party had a little bit of different ideas, and it went a different way, and you've been golden for a long time. And maybe that's the reason why you forgot to, or you just ran out of time, or forgot to prep. But if you know the steps of where they're gonna go in the long run, you can just build a stepping stone.
Yeah.
You know, you're just finding that next stone to place for them to take that step in order to get to that goal.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I think that's a really good point.
And how you facilitate the party's next steps while you're improvising boils down to how you handle the events of that coming session. Does the coming session have combat in it?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked before about how long combat can take. So maybe you really get lucky and all you have to do is throw one purple worm at the characters and the next 2 hours are taken care of. You know, it's a dynamic fight that lasts however long.
Very true.
And hopefully you can keep them engaged throughout the whole fight if it lasted 2 hours, right? But is combat going to be the main focus of this upcoming session? Or are you going to hit them out of left field with combat? Like, is that something they are anticipating? Or is that something that is a not welcome surprise to them? Is it something you want to put into the game that day?
Sure.
If it's not combat, sorry.
Oh, by all means, go ahead.
Okay, let's say if it's not combat, what else is it? Is it skill checks? Players want to use their skills that they're good at, but also the features and traits that shape their classes. So are you going to put something into this session that plays on those? Sometimes that's really easy. If you do know what the characters are really good at or what the characters should be using in a situation, you can just lean on them to take it from there. Put that situation for them to be able to do the skill checks, to flex their class muscles. Put that in front of them and just let it run.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, true. And you know, and the third part potentially would be, is it going to be a role-playing session? Maybe a little bit of shopping episode and role-playing session. Like, do you just need to be ready to say and yes?
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
I said that backwards, yes and. To say yes and just role-play.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're walking to a city for the first time. It might be you might have to buckle up and just go, okay, I'm gonna have to let the juices flow, and I'm gonna take some notes, but I'm gonna be creating people on the fly, and we're gonna go with it, you know.
But if that's the case that you're at, if you really are running off the fly, you don't have to be. We've told you already, you have everything behind you that built this foundation of how you got to this session that you're improving right now. Lean on it.
True.
Let that experience of the past sessions drive this session right now.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Relying on that past knowledge is probably going to be the biggest benefit.
Oh, yes.
And will give you the most confidence too, because I think that's one thing that could easily falter, would be you walking in the session just going, uh-oh, I have no confidence behind my belt right now, and I'm just sweating. You know, I'm nervous. But don't be. You have a constant. You've been playing, and hopefully you played the game for a couple weeks, at least up to this point, so you have that foundation to start. So
improvising session 1, probably not advisable.
Yeah.
Improvising anything thereafter, you've got the groundwork. You've got the framework. Lean on it. And if you can't lean on the framework, lean on the PCs.
Yes.
You have several other brains sitting around that table with you that also want to be playing this tabletop role-playing game.
Right.
So let them.
And absolutely, which in the grand scheme of things is hopefully how most time you spend the game anyways, right? But
yeah.
Now more than ever, let those guys drive that night.
Oh yeah.
Let them be the force that moves the train. They are facilitating the story, and you are just the secondary action in that moment. And I hate to break it to you, but more than likely, that's going to probably be a really good session.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's going to leave, and everybody's going to go, dang, that was good.
Yeah, that was fun. That was organic. That felt like we were driving the story. Yeah. Oh man, it's because you did. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I just rolled a couple dice. Sometimes you don't even have to roll dice. You can just
True.
sit back and truly watch the players interact with each other. And I think that's some of the most fun I've ever had as a DM, is just watching players and their characters interacting with each other in the world that you put them in.
Yes. I hope everybody's experienced that to where, like, I've had a session like this where I've done it, and I remember specifically there being a point where I don't know that I said anything for close to probably 5 to 10 minutes, where everybody around the table was communicating and the story was flowing so well, and it was just a great moment. And I go, man, this is awesome. I was thoroughly enjoying listening to the story and being a part of the table, where I can just like, okay, they are going to do this. They want to do this, so now I can just come up with these couple things, be comfortable, and then now I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like this is where they're going to move into this guy. They're going to go break into this guy's shop, or they're going to go protect this individual. Okay, so now I know exactly what I need to just kind of get ready here and pencil out a couple things.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. I think some of the most fun I've had is just letting that character or letting that story be written for you.
Yes.
It's the difference between a kid coming and asking you, is it story time? Tell me a story. And then you just being told that story. You're going to enjoy getting told that story than having to make it up on the spot.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, at that point, your story or our story being told to you. And that's rewarding.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you're sitting there and the sweat is just beating down your face and everybody looks at you, you're turning white.
Hold on. This is a good tip. You guys got to be listening, because this is the end-all, be-all tip to how to fix your improvisation sessions. If you are not prepared for that session and you're standing in front of your players and you're sweating, what are you going to do?
You're looking at all your players, everything's set up, your eyes get wide, your cheeks puff out, your hand immediately claps your mouth, you grab all of your stuff, you sprint out the door as fast as you can, you get in the car, you don't see anything, you leave. You send a group text later that says, sorry I got sick, reschedule, question mark, and you call it good. And you go home and you improv, or no, you don't improv, you go home and you practice what you're going to do for the next session and get ready so you don't have to do this.
Yep.
That's just our little secret tip.
You realize, man, I'm not good at improving at all, and I need some kind of framework for this game. Play sick. What are they going to do? Tell you you can't throw up?
Yeah. Who's going to tell you you can't throw up? You know what I'm saying? Look, we're not saying that will work. It probably will never work. But if you try it, let us know. We'd love to know the outcome.
Please.
Quite funny.
That's the portion that I really want to get in the comments for us. I want to hear your D&D throw-up story.
Goodness. Well, guys, there's our little bit of our little 2 cents on what you could do to make your session still flow beautifully if you didn't have time to prep.
Yeah.
Trust yourself, trust the foundations you've created, and just rely on your players now more than ever.
But at the end of the day, hey, we're all just playing make-believe. We're making this up as we go along. Keep it up.
True. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, check us out next Friday for another Behind the Screens. Check us out Mondays for Roll Call. And if you need a new podcast, Commander's Log comes out every single Wednesday at noon.
Wednesdays at noon. We'll see you there.
See you guys.